Hi, this is Michael from Binary Cafe with another Brainy Face Project video. Check that out. That is a picture of a light source. This is light painting with the Sony HX300 camera. If your camera has a shutter priority mode, you can use this same type of approach, but it might be a little bit different in terms of how you get into the values. The main thing is set your camera up on a tripod. I got this cool tripod for the HX300, and I'll review that in another video, but the main thing is you want to keep your camera stable because it's going to look pretty crazy if your camera's moving around and your light source is moving around. So what you need to do is go into the shutter priority mode by selecting the S, and then you can use the jog dial in the upper right hand corner either as a button or as a dial. If you click, you're going to notice that it allows you to choose different settings down at the bottom. You've got ISO, you've got shutter speed, you've got your aperture, and you've got exposure value. In the S mode, you are not going to change the aperture setting. That's your F value there, but you can change the other ones. So with the shutter mode, if you see a little double tick mark, that means seconds. So 10 seconds, 13 seconds, 15 seconds. You can go up to 30 seconds. You can actually have your shutter open for 30 seconds on this camera. If it doesn't have the double tick, that means it's less than 1 second. So if it's like 800, that means 1/800th of a second. So those values actually get smaller. The ISO value, you can crank that up if you want to. Don't crank it up too high because you might end up overexposing your picture. And if you see that little NR on the screen, that's the noise reduction mode, which is automatically engaged if the settings aren't conducive to a clean photograph. So you're going to have a little bit of visual noise in the photo. But you basically just set the camera up with settings. I start out usually around ISO 1000, 15 seconds, and a EV value of 0, just a standard one. And then darken the environment. So I turned off the light. I made sure that the room was dark. And I also used the timer mode because it's kind of hard to move across the room quickly, especially if you trip like I did there. But if you put it into timer mode, you can actually have the camera wait 2 seconds or 10 seconds before it actually starts taking the picture. That gave me enough time to get across the room. I only used my iPhone here, and you could use laser pointers, glow sticks, whatever light source you want, and you can just play around with the settings. But I mean, that's really it. That's all you have to do. I'm not an artist when it comes to light painting. There's some people who have done some incredible things, but I just like to do this. It's fun. You can come up with some creative things. And the reason I'm doing this video is because a lot of you asked me, how do I do light painting on my Sony camera? So that's pretty much it. And once you've got the picture taken, then it's going to have to process that image in the camera, and you can play around with the settings. These photos here were all taken for this video. Crank these out here in just a matter of a few minutes by just doing what I showed you, and then taking my iPhone, moving it around in the air to create different patterns. I put different pictures on, had some video playing, gave me some different colors, and then basically it's just the process of creating those different patterns. And I played around. I had mostly like 15 seconds, ISO of 800, ISO of 1000 or so, and it allows you to create some pretty cool effects. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and take care.